Good afternoon, everyone. This is Alexander Napolin, attorney at large, goes live every weekday afternoon discussing a current event from the legal perspective and answering your questions in the chat. But remember, it's not legal advice. It's educational. It's meant to broaden your perspective, understand the world better, but it's not legal advice. If you have a case, if you think you have a case, you need to dial 866-NAPOLIN or visit my website, www.napolinlaw.com, and request a free case evaluation. The only way you get legal advice is you speak to a lawyer, give them the specific facts and circumstances of your case, and then get direct feedback from that lawyer. That's legal advice. With that said, let's get into the current event for today. We're talking about the Attorney General of California filing a lawsuit against Amazon for blocking price competition. That's right. The Attorney General of California is maybe doing something right here. Amazon is the go-to place for buying things online. We've all done it. We all do it. We buy things on Amazon. We shop there. We get most of our stuff there. Of course, there's other places to buy things. There's Target. There's Costco. But if you need something, the likelihood is that you're going to go to Amazon. And why are you going to go to Amazon? It's because that's the place that you go to buy stuff. And the allegations, the lawsuit alleges that Amazon engaged in anti-competitive practice that stifled competition and caused increased prices throughout California. That's right. The California Attorney General has filed a lawsuit in San Francisco Superior Court alleging that Amazon is engaging in practices that are anti-competitive. These anti-competitive practices are fixing prices higher than they would be, the allegations say, than they would be if this type of price competition were to exist in the market. So price competition is basically like, hey, producers produce things and then people buy things. And if anybody can sell the things that the producers produce, that maybe there would be more competition in the markets. So Amazon has orchestrated the substantial market power it now enjoys through agreements at the retail and wholesale level that prevent effective price competition in the online retail marketplace. Merchants must agree not to offer lower prices elsewhere, including competing sites like Walmart, Target, eBay, and in some cases even on their own websites, and to accept drastic penalties like the loss of the buy box on Amazon, or to compensate Amazon if other online stores do lower their prices. So the blocking price competition theory states that, hey, you're Amazon, you're telling retailers that they can't sell on other sites for lower prices, and if they do, they're going to get penalized, and they won't get certain buy boxes or special placements on Amazon, or they might actually have to compensate Amazon for the additional money that they're going to make, or that Amazon would have made had it been sold at Amazon at the higher price. So this is very serious stuff, people. We as consumers need to be protected when there's a monopoly. When one company controls the whole marketplace and basically blocks out other retailers and wholesalers from selling those same products by penalizing them for doing so and being so powerful that they can. Because remember, if a wholesaler or retailer cannot sell on Amazon, the largest marketplace, they're going to effectively not exist. And therefore, Amazon can make a contract with that wholesaler or retailer for that particular product and say, hey, if you sell it anywhere else for less, you have to pay us the money that we would have made had we had sold it. Or you don't get specific placements on our website if you go and sell it elsewhere. The Attorney General is saying, hey, you can't do that, Amazon. That's hurting consumers. And I think that the Attorney General is probably right here. So The Attorney General's lawsuit seeks an order from the San Francisco Superior Court that stops Amazon's anti-competitive behavior and recovers the damages to California consumers and the California economy. Specifically, the lawsuit asks the court to prohibit Amazon from entering into and enforcing its anti-competitive contracts that harm price competition, require Amazon to affirmatively notify vendors that it does not require sellers to offer prices on par with off Amazon prices, and it asks the court to appoint a court-approved monitor to ensure Amazon's compliance with the court's order, and order damages to compensate for the harms to consumers through increased prices, and order Amazon to return its ill-gotten gains and pay penalties to serve as a deterrent to other companies contemplating similar actions. That's from this article that's posted on the California government website, the Office of the Attorney General. So if you're buying something on Amazon, you probably can't buy it anywhere else because Amazon has a contract with that retailer or wholesaler that says they can't put it anywhere else. And if they do, they don't get the good placements on Amazon, or they have to pay Amazon money that Amazon would have made had the retailer sold it on Amazon.com. Well, that's your current event for today. This is Alexander Napolin, attorney at large, goes live every weekday afternoon, discussing a current event from the legal perspective and answering your questions in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see any questions. I see we have a viewer on YouTube. We have a few viewers out there. If you have any questions, ask them in the chat. I don't see any questions. Remember that what we discuss on these little live streams, it's not legal advice. It's just going over current events from the legal perspective. This is going to have a potentially large impact on price competition online and maybe give consumers better prices. That's the goal of this lawsuit. I don't know if it will be successful. I don't know if the Attorney General will succeed. Depends on the judge. It depends on the appellate judge, potentially, depending on the outcome of the Superior Court case in San Francisco. So it's just something we're going to watch. I actually learned about this from the Attorney General's TikTok. Rob Bonta, our Attorney General, put up a TikTok, and I saw it on TikTok. And, he's recently investigated TikTok for its effects on children and other things. It's interesting that we all still have to use TikTok. So you keep it up, Attorney General of California. I don't always agree with what you do, but I think you're on the right track here. We need to make sure there's competition in the market so that we have the best prices that we can have as Californians, as Americans, for the goods that we buy. Well, that's it for today. This is Alexander Napolin, attorney at large, goes live every weekday afternoon discussing a current event from the legal perspective and answering your questions in the chat. There are no questions in the chat, so I'm just going to shut this off for now. I'll see you all tomorrow. If you have questions, if you have a case, you want a free consultation, dial 866-NAPOLIN. I'm a practicing California lawyer. You can reach me at 866-NAPOLIN or visiting my website, www.napolinlaw.com.